We all want to look like we've got it together, like we know what we're doing. Confident, capable, and maybe even perfect. But here's the thing perfection isn't real, it's just a really convincing illusion. For a long time, I didn't see it that way. I thought perfection was something you could actually reach if you just tried hard enough, worked long enough, and cared enough. Part of that came from watching people around me, like my brother. He's great at everything he does: public speaking, academics, dramas, and MUNs. He walks up there, calm and confident, everyone paying attention. He never seems nervous, never loses his train of thought, and I used to think that's what perfect looks like. So I tried to be like that. I joined debates, practiced for hours, memorized my lines, but the second I got on stage, my focus shifted. I stopped thinking about what I wanted to say and started thinking about how I was saying it. Was I standing right? Was I speaking too fast? Did my voice sound nervous? I kept thinking while I was still talking out loud. The whole time, I was trying so hard to sound confident that I stopped sounding natural. I rushed parts I actually cared about, overthought every sentence, and somehow forgot lines I had practiced for weeks. That's when I realized what went wrong. I didn't mess up because I wasn't prepared. I messed up because I was trying to be perfect instead of being present. Now, somewhere around that time, there was this one moment I still think about. I was walking to class, not really thinking about anything, and out of nowhere, my chest just tightened, slowly, like something inside me was getting heavier. My heartbeat sped up a little, my breathing felt off, and I didn't know why. I kept walking, trying to look normal, but inside I could feel this quiet panic building for no reason. Nothing dramatic was happening, but my body acted like something was wrong. And that moment felt so real because it showed me how easy it is to look fine on the outside, even when not everything is fine on the inside. That moment and all the embarrassing stage moments made me ask, why was I trying so hard to look perfect instead of just trying to be myself? The more I thought about it, the more I realized something. Perfection isn't really about being your best. It's about being afraid. Afraid of being seen as less. Afraid of failing in front of people. And afraid that who you are isn't enough. And when you live like that, you don't do things because you love them. You do them because you're scared to mess up. That's what I was doing. I wasn't trying to get better at speaking. I was trying not to fall short of what I thought people expected from me. But here's the funny part the people we think are perfect usually aren't. They just keep going even when they're nervous. My brother once told me that he gets anxious before every MUN, but he just hides it better. That's when it clicked. Perfection isn't confidence, it's performance, and everyone's performing just a little bit. Now, we can take social media as an example as well. We scroll through pictures of perfect lives, perfect vacations, perfect homes, and perfect smiles, and start believing that everyone else has it all together. So, we post our own highlights to keep up, and suddenly everyone's pretending for everyone else. Now, I remember sitting with my friends one evening after school. They were trying to post a picture. They'd upload it, then delete it, then change the caption, then start all over again. The whole time they were nervous, anxious, and just trying to make it look perfect. Yet, sitting there right beside me, I could see the truth. They were tired, unsure, and just being human. None of that pressure, none of that struggle would ever show online. Later that night, the post went up. Perfect smile, perfect lighting, and a perfect moment. Like none of that stress or effort had ever existed. Now, as I started noticing it more, I realized it's not just a school thing, it's everywhere. Kids pretend to have it all figured out, teenagers act like they're confident all the time, and even parents, teachers, people with jobs try to look like they know exactly what they're doing. But I'm sure they're just trying their best too. That's when it hit me. Social media isn't showing perfection, it's showing performance. And the more I compared, the more I felt the pressure to perform too. But the realization also hit me that no one really has it together all the time. Everyone is figuring things out, everyone doubts themselves sometimes, and that's okay. Because once you stop trying to be perfect, you start living more honestly. You start enjoying the process instead of performing for others. You laugh at your mistakes, you learn from them, and you become real. I've learned to remind myself that what happens on social media isn't my real life, and I do not need constant validation from others to tell me how to live mine. And I'm here at this TED Talk not to be flawless, but to share my story as it is. Now, think about it. When was the last time you did something just because you loved it? Not because it had to be perfect. Maybe you sang even if you're not a great singer, or cooked something that totally failed, but you laughed anyway. Those moments, the messy, funny, and honest ones, that's real life. Perfection, on the other hand, is like a mask. It hides who you are just to make others think you're doing okay. But masks can get heavy, and eventually they stop fitting. On the other hand, real people connect, real people inspire, and when you show your true self, your fears, your flaws, and your effort, you give others permission to do the same. And that's where real confidence comes from, and real connections are made. So, the next time you catch yourself trying to be perfect, pause and remind yourself that perfection might look good, but it will never feel as good as being real. Thank you.